So, good morning all of you. Today topic is the stages in development of diseases. What is disease cycle? Which occur in sequences and lead to development and perpetuation of the disease and pathogen. The chain of events is called as disease cycle. The disease cycle include main events or occur. Main events, firstly inoculation, pre-penetration, penetration, infection, growth and reproduction, invasion, dissemination of pathogen, seasonal carry over the pathogen. Seasonal carry over the pathogen. 1 minute. Firstly, inoculation. Inoculation. Inoculation is the coming in contact of pathogen with a plant. The pathogen that brought into contact with the plant is called as inoculum. Inoculum is any part of pathogen that can initiate the infection. The further inoculum may be spores or mycelium fragments, otherwise in bacteria, viruses, viroids. Inoculum is always whole individuals. Next, inoculation divided by two substages: primary inoculum, secondary inoculum. Primary inoculum, the inoculum that survive the off-season period and cause the original infection in the growing season, is called as primary inoculum. The infection as a primary infection. Next, secondary inoculum. Secondary inoculum produced from the primary infection that actually spread the disease in the field under the favorable condition is called as secondary inoculum that bring about secondary infection. The inoculum in the absence of host from the field survivors in the plant debris, field, soil tubers, transplants and other plants parts, perennial weeds, alternate host. These are the sources of inoculum for the next season. Next, pre-penetration. This phase include all the events actually enter the pathogen. Lack of specific recognition factor in a plant surface may not allow the attachment of pathogen to it. Such factors in plant include lectin. The pre-penetration include all the events to the entry of the pathogen. Such events include germination of spore, hatching eggs, attachment of pathogen to host, recognition between host to pathogen. The lack of specific recognition factor plant surface may not allow the attachment of pathogen to it. Such factor in plant include lectin. Next, penetration. This is actual entry of pathogen into their host plant. Pathogen penetrate plant surface in a different way. This is the actual entry of pathogen into their host plant. The pathogen penetrate plant surface in different way. Firstly, direct penetration through the intact plant surface. Otherwise, next through natural opening. Third one, through wounds. They enter the pathogen in plant. Next one, infection. This is the process by which a pathogen establishes contact with host cell or tissue and precursors nutrients from them. During infection, pathogen grow, multiply within the plant tissue and colonies. The infection divided two substages, invasion and growth of reproduction of pathogen. Invasion of the plant tissue by the pathogen and reproduction of pathogen on infected tissue are in fact two concurrent substages of diseases development within the stage of infection. Successful infection result in appearances of symptoms on the host plants. Some infection may remain latent, that is, they do not produce visible symptoms right away but so later. When environmental conditions turn to favorable. Next, the time intervals between inoculation and appearances of disease symptoms is called as incubation period. The length of incubation period varies with a particular host pathogen combination. During infection, pathogen bring about differential effects on the attacked cells while driving their nutrients. Besides its contact and favorable environmental factor, one important characteristic of pathogen, the inoculum potential, has been recognized in the infection processes. Next, infection divided by two subject invitation, various pathogen invade host in different way and different extent. Invitation. Infection divided by two substages. Invasion, various pathogen invade host in different way and to different extent. Fungal pathogen may grow as intracellular mycelium, that is inside the cell. Intercellular between the cell in vascular tissue. Bacteria invade tissue are intracellular. Most nematodes invade tissue intercellularly, but some also intracellularly. Many nematodes simply feed by piercing epidermal cells with their stylates. Viruses, viroids, mycoplasma, bacteria, protozoa invade tissue by moving cell to cell intracellularly. Next, colonization. Growth and reproduction of pathogen. Colonization or growth and reproduction of pathogen. The individuals, fungi and parasitic higher plants generally invade and infect the tissue by growing into them. The invade and infect new tissue within the plant by reproducing rapidly. The progress is carried passively through the plasmodesmata, phloem and xylem. The plant pathogen reproduce in a different way. Fungi reproduce by means of spore, parasitic higher plants by seeds, bacteria, protozoa by fissions, viruses, viroids inside the cells as phyrons, and nematodes by eggs. Bacteria reproducing inside the plant cell to the host surface through the wounds, etc. Next, fifth one, dissemination of the pathogen. Dissemination of the pathogen. The infection after the pathogen has grown and multiplied in infected host, it has spread to new healthy plants. So, in both primary as well as secondary inoculum, it is necessary it come in contact with the host. Dissemination is the transfer of inoculum from the production of susceptible host surface a few pathogens such as nematodes, bacteria and fungus zoospore move short distance on their own The primary infection in a secondary infection resulting into outbreak of diseases. Dissemination is carried out passively by such agents as air and insect. Other dissemination to some extent this also occur by water, humans and other animals after successfully dissemination of pathogen divided by subdivision divided by two types: continuous dissemination and discontinuous dissemination. Continuous dissemination, it occurs at a short distance and related to dispersal of pathogen in a geographical unit. Continuous dissemination, this occurs normally from the host field to field, locality to locality, closely connected by the geography. Next, discontinuous dissemination. Discontinuous dissemination involves long jump transit between the two geographical areas separated by physical ocean, mountain, desert, etc. The dispersal of inoculum is a passive process occurring with the help of external agents. Discontinuous dissemination divided by two subdivisions: autonomous dissemination, passive dissemination. Autonomous dissemination, this active dispersal of inoculum, it is the normal practice in crop husbandry and distribution of plants and plant products that pathogen causing diseases. Passive dissemination. This passive dissemination involves commonly way of dispersal of pathogen, that is different agent of dissemination involve air, water, insect, other animals, man, etc. They do not disperse through the intervention of external agency. Soil carried with the from farm implemented and machinery and through the boot of workers. Contaminated seeds also carry the pathogen such as smuts. Plant parts used as a planting stock may be contaminated. Other infected plant debris may also carried along with the farm implemented as a tractors and tillers, etc. Next one, passive dissemination. Passive dissemination involves common way dispersal of pathogen. Passive dissemination involves commonly way to dispersal of pathogen, that is the different agents of dissemination involves air, water, insect, other animals and mans. This is the general and common way of a dispersal of pathogen The main agent of dissemination, as shown, air, water, insect, animal, man, etc. The dissemination by air. The spore, most fungal pathogen which attack aerial parts of plants, and the seeds of most parasitic plants are dispersed by air. Fungi have relatively small spore. Type of pathogen are Conidia, urdinospore of rust, basidospores, ascospore, etc. Next, dissemination by water. Dissemination by water. Water as a splash is an important method of liberation and dispersal of fungal spores. Water splash, combination of water and air. Water itself may also be agent of dispersal in propagules of aquatic fungi, soil inhabiting fungi, other bacteria, nematodes and spores, mycelial fragments of fungi present in soil are disseminated by rain or irrigation of water that move on the surface of land or soil. All bacteria and spores of many fungi exuded in the sticky liquid and depend for their dissemination on rain, irrigation water, which either washes them downward, splashes them in all directions. Dissemination by the raindrop. Raindrop from overhead irrigation pick up the fungal spores and any bacteria present in the air and wash them downward, where some of them may land on plants. Dissemination by insect. Insect, particularly whitefly, leafhopper, are the most important vectors of viruses. Insect through the also important dispersal of bacterial and fungal pathogen are dispersed. Next one, other animals. Some small animals, while moving through the crop area, touching the infected plants, carry the pathogen Conidia, can be by the spiders, mice, frog, birds, dog, which is on wet plants. Last, in a man is an important agent responsible for dispersal within the crop area, within the land mass or between the land masses, dispersal within field, it occur through the handling through the contaminated stools, through the transport of the contaminated soil on feed, other equipment, etc. Last, sixth one, seasonal carryover of the pathogen. In the absence of their host, the pathogen undergo overwintering, otherwise over summering, and they have evolved great variety of means of survival during the period when the host is absent from the field. For example, perennial plants, fungi survive as a dormant mycelium in infected tissue. So today's topic will finish. Thank you.